Last time on Pole House Black Pot's Weekend Getaways, we fixed sticky buns and took a tour of the petroglyphs. Notice of programs are in shelters like this. You need to look for them to see what they're offering at the state parks. They have them at most state parks.
Introduce myself. My name is Jessie. I'm the park specialist. I do all the programs, so check out the Facebook page and the bulletin boards if you want to come to other programs. Always enjoy having repeat families come to my programs. So this is a guided hike of the Oak Trail. It's going to be really casual, like that.
There's
Lots
a
of
spider
plants.
web right here.
With the spider right there.
Yeah, there's a garlic one right there. Oh yeah! So lots of different grounds.
Don't like spiders.
It was bigger until you sat there. The big one's gone. No, I'm teasing.
Throughout the year, so kind of just seeing what the Oak Trail looks like today. What's it going to tell us? What are we going to see? Maybe we'll see some of those tracks on those cards. Some of them we won't, but I like to have those that way if I'm not talking and you're like trying to look for stuff, it gives you kind of a guide for something to keep an eye out for. If you don't see any, at least you can take it home, and maybe next time you're at a park you can find some tracks with those. So it wouldn't be a hike about the Oak Trail if I didn't take a second to talk about oak trees. So
Your favorite tree, dear?
that's part of the reason I started right here, as well as this space. So it would go around and the leaf would keep going. Oh, perfect. Here's one that she found on the ground. Yeah, because I have an example in the office and I just forgot to bring it. So it's going to be something like this. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. Those are going to be our white oak trees. Part of the reason I picked white oak is one, because they're right at the front of the trail, but also because they're probably the most common. We don't have like a study to prove that, but definitely one of the most common ones you're going to see. So just like around the day use areas, campgrounds, things like that, you're going to see white oaks pretty much everywhere. You will see red oaks, you will see some other types of oaks. Definitely those white oaks, they're an easy one to kind of...
This is poison ivy. Everybody touch it.
No, I'm not going to.
This is a cherry tree. You had asked me about cherry trees.
Okay.
And so the reason I know that is these things growing on it. Yeah, so these are finger gulls.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you come back. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Gulls are like the reaction to something living in it, so living on the leaves. These are finger gulls because the shape. They were this huge bright red color when we came out maybe like a month ago. They're now probably starting to enter a different phase and die. But that's actually one of the reasons I know for sure this is a cherry tree. These only grow on them. The other way to tell is, I think we talked about this a little bit, is that bark.
Okay.
It has the lenticels, so the plum, which you said you worked with before.
This is what, a buckeye?
Buckeye. Now they're not. Buckeyes aren't.
Kind of the same with poop. So if you see anything that shape, although deer poop is larger than that, that could tell you that a deer was in the area. So I brought that as well.
I did. Shag bark hickory. Interesting.
That skeleton.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Eddie Chia said that they sometimes make their home underneath the bark of the shag hickory trees.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
We're back in the truck after the
guided hike.
Yep, guided hike of the Oak Trail one.
Only tracks we saw were deer tracks, which they were headed down the trail before we were 2 does that went running down there.
Yeah.
And a dog track.
A dog track or something. But
we did find out that there were cherries. I now know what they look like, so I can pick some cherry and make some cherry jam.
Harder to tell now that they're past blooming time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty fun, a short little trail, pretty nice.
It was the
Kinda
same
muddy,
lady that did our
pictograph
yesterday.
trail.
Yeah.
So these tours are really, and talks and
They're
lectures and programs are really nice. So
yeah.
if you're in the area and wanting to check out something, to learn a little bit more about
the best thing to do is get on their
nature.
Facebook pages and see what you're interested in, where you're going. And she said to click interested, and it'll update you on changes and stuff.
And they're all free programs, and you don't have to be camping here in the state parks to attend any of these lectures. You just have to know when they are and come by. So if you're, and they have them all over the state. I know there's a lot of them were closed down, of course, from last year because of
we're not talking about that.
But now a lot of them are opening back up and where we can take part of them. So it's really a fun thing, and learning about nature and things like that that you all ought to take part of.
Yeah.
And enjoying part of our Missouri nature.
Now they're not every weekend, but they usually do them by month. Yeah. Usually if you go to a park and you don't know what they've got going on, look for the like towards the bathrooms. There's stuff that tells you about the hikes and boards, and they usually will post stuff on there.
You don't have your way to look at it online.
So, anyways, I think we're gonna go back to camp for a little while, and we're gonna cook something here in a little bit.
Yep. So we'll see you back at camp.
I'm hungry.
I am too.
We're gonna do something we don't really have a recipe for, aren't we?
Well, we know the ingredients mainly because we went to St. Louis back in late winter, early spring, something like that. If you've been watching our videos,
Babler State Park's where we went.
Babler State Park, and we went. Spent one day going into St. Louis, and went to a restaurant called Sauce on the Side.
Yes, and it was really good. I got a Fatty B.
And I got the Pancho Villa.
And we're going to try making those ourselves. We're still along the same lines using the frozen bread dough.
Yeah,
so
we did the last couple of videos, and we're going to change a few things that maybe they had in theirs that we couldn't find, but we're going to kind of keep the same theme.
Yeah.
Of what we're going to do. So that was homemade calzones.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get started and each kind of make our own one that we had when we were in St. Louis. So I'm going to start with mine, all right?
Okay, well, we need to get something out here.
Okay.
You need a rolling pin, don't you?
Oh, yeah, need a rolling pin. Okay, we're going to start with, of course, our bread. But before I get this, it's already rised nice. Got up early this afternoon, but I better start with some flour, hadn't I, Angel?
Yep.
Put a little flour on my board. And I'm going to get out nice and fluffy, feathery like it's supposed to be. Now, pretty much have, and I'm going to try to make it into a nice rectangle. Rather than making, we each had one big one when we went to St. Louis, but we're going to try to make 2 each, right?
Yep.
And so I'm going to go ahead and,
because that was almost too much where we couldn't almost eat it.
Yeah. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to cut each half in half to make, of course, 4. And I'm going to get Angel's cut in half here first. Put it back in the tub. Cover it up for a second. Get mine cut in half. Set mine over here in the tub.
Now, if I was you, honey, I'd roll that up a little bit. Your dough. Because it's supposed to be in half moon shape.
Yeah, I'm going to round it, make it round, right? Yeah. Well, it's going to be half moon when we get done. It's round, and then we fold it over and to make a circle, right? Or a circle, and we fold it over to make it, quote. Get it going this way first to get it round. Okay, now I've got my bread formed. I'm going to start with half of my chorizo sausage. I cooked it earlier now and cooled it back down. Pull it out of here. And I'm going to lay it out onto my half. Supposed to be half. I'll leave a little bit of gap around the edge so I can fold it over here in a minute. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab a towel and keep my hands halfway clean. Okay. I want to put some of my cheese on, called for mozzarella. So I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on. Next, this is some shredded mozzarella. I got to get a fork. And it has yellow peppers and jalapenos. So I'm going to start with some jalapenos. Lay them out here. Lay it on for a second. And these are some yellow banana peppers. Dig out some of them. And lay them out here on. Pull them apart in little pieces. They're pretty big chunks. Yes, it called for smoked cheddar, but we didn't have smoked cheddar. So I'm going to use a slice of provolone.
Well, these are our makings, not theirs.
That's right.
So.
Half their recipe, half ours. Okay. Now.
Were you going to put some pepperoni in there too?
No, I think it'd be big enough. It looks like a pretty good size. So, didn't call for pepperoni, so I don't think I'm going to put pepperoni. Fold it over. Let's see here. And I'm going to need a knife, hon.
Okay.
I'm going to put a couple of slits in there to let out the steam. Now, let's see, Angel. I'm going to sneak in here. And I didn't do that a minute ago. We're going to put some cooking spray in the Dutch oven just to be on the safe side. Okay. Now, there's my first one. Stick it in here. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more just the same way.
Go one way and then move it.
Turn back on. And
yep.
It's a baby. You can try these. These probably won't knock you down quite so bad.
I ain't gonna try it no more.
Well, these aren't supposed to be as hard.
Well, it looks like you about got it done.
My second one, I think, turned out more like the shape of a calzone, like it's supposed to. See, I wasn't an expert bread maker, so needed to form it into a ball first, is what Angel said, and then start doing that. But anyway, live and learn, like you say. And we're going to set it in the Dutch oven. Now, by the looks of this, we may be a little overcrowded, but that's what we're going to have to deal with, because if we were at home, we would be using a 14-inch, because that's what we would have, but we just two of us, we usually don't bring a 14-inch with us.
Nope.
But we'll just have to deal, and it'll be fine. So, okay, my two are ready to go, so I'm going to pull out and let Angel come in, and she's going to take over making her patty bees.
Can you wipe that fork off so
Yep.
I can
Let me get the towel.
get jalapeno peppered?
Open them paper towels up. I'm grabbing off this side.
Okay.
Wipe these off a little bit, and we'll keep on going.
Form it in a ball.
See, I think she does such a better job than me.
You just gotta keep turning, that's all. I better quit or it's gonna be too big. Now, since he put 2 slats in his, I'm going to save 2 of my meatballs for the top of mine so we can tell the difference. Oh, and I've shed it again. Dang it. There we go. How many did I say? I think there's 8.
To see how much room you have. Might have to be able to use them all.
Get them a little closer together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because there's my 8th one. Okay. And it calls for pepperoni. Oh, I forgot something, but I'll put it on top.
What's that?
I was going to put, even though they said it was sauce on the side, I think it'd help to put some sauce
In it? Well, you can,
inside.
you got a squirt bottle there. You can squirt a little bit in there.
Yep, we like this squirt bottle, don't we?
Well, we're handy for when we're out camping type thing.
I don't want to put that back in the box. Well, oh.
Hadn't been opened yet, has it?
Uh-uh. Just a little bit. And then some mozzarella cheese. Just a little dab will do it.
You purple on yours too? Just the mozzarella.
I'm just going to put mozzarella on mine.
Looks like it's pretty full. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But it'll be all right. Where's
Oh,
that
yeah.
fork?
The fork is right on. Here you go. Huh? There you are.
Oop, mine don't want to stay crimped. Of course, Wade's the expert at crimping. I'll make him come over here and crimp mine together.
We all have our own talents, don't we?
Yes, we do. Okay, now, I think I'm going to wait until I get mine in there to poke my holes. Gotta leave enough room for... Put a hole in here, a hole in there, and a pepperoni on top so we know which one's
That's
whose.
not pepperoni, that's a meatball.
Meatball, excuse me. Okay, now I'm going to round this again. Very pillowy, as Wade says. Alright, well, got my second one made. Wade said do it more straight on instead of sideways like I was trying to do. See if that won't work. Alright, let me... Ooh, that mine opened up.
Little bit somehow. Okay, we've got charcoal and it's ready to cook. And we're going to do 30 pieces of charcoal. It's kind of our standard for a 12-inch Dutch oven, about 350 to 375 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and get them dished out here. Now on top, we're going to do a regular checkerboard style. Nice ring around the outside. And then we'll put about 4 of them in the center. That should give us a good, even heat on top and bottom of our Dutch oven. All right. Okay, it's probably going to take about 30-minute cook time. So like normal, we're going to rotate twice. So in 10 minutes, we're going to come back, give our Dutch oven a rotate, and in 30 minutes, we should be ready for supper.
I just heard it, dear.
10 minutes. That's
Time
rotate.
to rotate.
And when we're baking, we rotate like we always do on our videos. 1/3 turn one way, and 1/3 of a turn in the opposite direction. Timer set for 10 more minutes. We'll come back and give it another stir. Not
Stir.
A rotate. We don't rotate. We don't stir this stuff. Okay, 10 more minutes. So first of all, I'm going to rotate the Dutch oven. 1/3 of a turn and 1/3 of a turn. And we have...
What you got there, honey?
I have sauce on the side. Red marinara for you.
Uh-huh.
And not homemade, but queso for me.
Got queso in there and marinara. Okay.
That's what they said. That's what we is. Put my queso and Angel's red sauce there. Let it heat up. And hopefully 10 more minutes, supper will be ready.
Okay, now what?
All right, it's been 30 minutes total cook time. So I think our sauces are hot. We'll get them out of the way for a second. And let's check and see if our calzones are ready.
Look like it to me.
Think you can brown a few more minutes? What do you think?
Well, yeah, they could brown a few more
We'll
minutes,
give them about
but
5 more minutes. Looking pretty good though.
don't know about you, honey, but those are good.
Yeah. I think they're every bit as good as the original, don't you?
If not better.
Not better. Especially when they're homemade and when you cook out over the charcoal out camping. It sure beats a hot dog every time you go camping, doesn't it?
Yeah, we ate it all.
Yep, we cleaned our plates. We can have
Yeah.
dessert now. I think we got leftover.
I don't think we have hot dogs very often. We go out camping, do we?
Every once in a while we do. So,
Well, honey, I hate to say it.
our weekend's
This-
about over.
Our
Isn't it?
weekend is about over. We got one more night, which is tonight, and then we're headed
Heading
home tomorrow.
So, next time when you want to try some calzones,
Try
these
doing
be-
it outside when you go camping.
yep, I think these are good
We
recipes
only
for
ate
you to
about
try.
half of ours. He ate one and I ate one. I'm full.
Yep, we'll take that.
That was one bad thing about them calzones. Over at Sauce on the Side,
Yeah,
they were too big.
They were pretty big.
Yeah, and you felt like you had to eat it all. This was just the perfect size for
So,
one meal.
Yep, I think we're about done for this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, and happy Memorial Day. We hope you had a good, fun, and safe Memorial Day holiday weekend.
And if you like this video and want to see more, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching.
Yep, we'll see you next week.